Hello, loves. I wanted to talk in this video about interpreting the Lovers and the Six of Swords. I've had a fascinating kind of interplay with the number 66 and with sixes in general throughout 2022. And it's really started to inform how I have been interpreting the Six of Swords and the Lovers when it comes to working with tarot. And so I thought I'd do a little old-fashioned tarot chat today to give us something a little bit lighter than the video I just did on Christianity. So of course the Lovers, very much we interpret it traditionally as representative of a new relationship, be that just a physical one or a long-term. Of course the cards around that would decide what that looks like for the client or the individual in regards to the reading itself. We also can look at the Lovers as the union between the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine within ourselves. And certainly in previous videos on the Lovers, I have absolutely talked about that union within oneself and how shadow work can really help you to open up and explore both your sacred masculine, which I would interpret as the active, protective side of oneself, the earth path aspect of oneself, and the sacred feminine, the psychic, intuitive, receptive feeling space of oneself, right? The spiritual path aspect. So we can also look at the Lovers as an alchemical union of the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine within ourselves. For that, you could also reference the Temperance card. And that's a beautiful personal journey, spiritual meaning that we can experience when it comes to working with the Lovers. But in today's video, I wanted to talk about the aspect of choice that comes up when we draw the Lovers in a reading or a daily draw. So there is an aspect of choice that comes up with the Lovers. I've really discovered that a lot this year when it comes to personal readings and in regards to client readings as well. But, you know, largely for myself, I've really found the Lovers come to be indicative of and representative of making a choice. It's either a choice to move towards love with another individual. Now, of course, that doesn't always have to be romantic. That can also be a soul connection with another person that we experience as friendship or family relationship. It could even be a beloved pet, right? So it's a choice towards relationship or a choice to put oneself first. And I've really been kind of exploring what that means personally for myself, but also seeing how this echoes for clients. How are we choosing ourselves in a situation? Or what is the choice that we have to make in order to step into a deeper experience of love and or connection with another person or group of people? This is something that's fascinating to kind of peel back the layers on, because it opens up a lot of possibility for interpretation within the reading itself. So depending on what you've drawn with it, it will inform the type of choice that one is making. And when we marry this to the Six of Swords, I find that often the choice we are making is to understand ourselves at a deeper level. Now, of course, the Six of Swords can be journey from one place to another. I tend to interpret the Six of Swords as one of my moving home, changing home cards in general. So if you've had a reading with me and I've said you might have a move coming up over the next few months, typically you probably have the Chariot and the Six of Swords in there somewhere. But as this year has proceeded for me, and I've been working with this energy of choice, because again, the Lovers is a numerological 6 in tarot, and Six of Swords is a numerological 6 married to the element of air, which is considered an active masculine energy moving element, right? We're looking at advancing and forward journey, but how I've been playing with interpreting this is also looking at how we can choose our story in that forward movement. So much like the Eight of Cups for me is very much a no card. It's a no personal spiritual journey card. especially if it comes up with the Lovers. The Six of Swords has become even more over this past year for me, very much about choosing to understand oneself and making a choice to journey to get to know oneself. That may very well include action from one state of being to another, whether that's physical location change, spiritual belief change, an ethics change for oneself, even an eating, an eating habit change, an exercising habit change for oneself. There's a change from one state to another. And the Six of Swords kind of captures that moment when you're in the in-between space, right? Like you were here, you're on the boat now, you're being taken to supposed safety from the traditional way of interpreting the Six of Swords, right? So you're being taken to the next space of safety. But you're not there yet. You're not at the end location. You're in the in-between space, right? Of course, we can look at that as the crossroads. But I really consider, because the Six of Swords occurs over a body of water, that it's also an emotional in-between space as well, where we're looking at what we feel and if that's true or not. And if we're in the middle of an evolution, if we're in the middle of a change from one way of being to another, how can our perspective on our emotions and feelings shift and change as well? And so when you work with that energy and you marry that to the Lovers in a spread, to me it becomes very personal around choosing to explore and understand oneself. It may be that we're taking more focus off of a relationship or another person and putting that focus onto ourselves. Exploring ourselves, understanding ourselves, questioning ourselves, asking ourselves who we are at this point in time, how we've changed, how we've grown, what's perhaps stayed the same. So there's an energy of change and of shift that comes along with these two cards when they're drawn together. Now, of course, the energy of the Six of Swords and the Lovers could mean choosing to move in with a partner. Maybe you're taking the commitment to the next level, right? So that is a sub-theme within working with the energy of these two cards in a spread. I really have not found that often to be the case. I would much more look at Six of Wands and Four of Wands drawn with the Lovers as being indicative of that. If you had a Chariot card thrown in there too, damn, I would be like, yep, you're moving into a deeper level of commitment and relationship. But when I see the Six of Swords and the Lovers together, I do see it very much as a personal evolutionary journey for ourselves, choosing ourselves, and perhaps choosing ourselves and other friends and family over just romantic relationship, right? Now, of course, as we make that journey from one place to another, we're also looking within and coming to understand the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine within ourselves and how we unite those. And when we unite those, what does that look like for us? Who do we become from that, right? So these are my thoughts around the Lovers and the Six of Swords. One of my favorite things about tarot is that it's a lifelong practice that grows and evolves and shifts with you. And when you're lucky enough to get to do what I do for a living, which is pull cards for people every day, you get to have these really nuanced, ever-evolving relationships, I should say, with each and every card. And when you see certain numbers, certain groupings get pulled together, there's also this really fascinating, wonderful alchemy that ends up happening that creates its own new set of definitions, and also deepening into the roots and the foundational structure of the tarot itself, because of course the tarot is not an oracle deck, and so we do honor the foundational structure of the original meanings when we work with the cards. But these are my thoughts on the Lovers and the Six of Swords together. I am sending you, as always, much love and many blessings. I'll see you in the next video.